Yep, another year has come and gone, and a whole lot of plushies to look over. So, yeah, pretty much a recap of all the plushies I still own, and some that I've pretty much got that are brand new during this year of 2023, and maybe getting some new ones in the future in 2024. Hope you all enjoy, and let us begin. And also, I'm not going to be showing these in any particular order, or so these are just going to be kind of rapid fire. Here is Bendy, and funny enough, his squeaker still works, even to this day. Then you have our good old buddy Boris the Wolf. I mean, actually, like, all of their squeakers work. Yeah. And then Alice Angel. Then I have this dead Boris that I just made out of another Boris plush that I got. It's here. Yeah, he's still here. Just dead. Here are two Weedles from the Sitting Cuties line of Pokemon. Here's a female Frillish. This is like a little keychain and also like pretty much old, and also got it off eBay and has shown pretty much a lot of use, which is, I'm not sure what this is, but yeah. Then there's also Jellicent, specifically the male Jellicent. He has this little string which makes it look like he's floating. And also one of the few, and I'm also one of the few people that actually think Jellicent is a pretty decent Pokemon at best. Here is Mr. Oddington, or Otterton from Zootopia. A Piranha Plant. Here is Hello Neighbor, specifically the neighbor. I mean, honestly, it's like kind of a shame of like downfall. Yeah, I mean, if you know, you know. Going from one of the biggest indie games of all time to just absolutely nothing. Crying shame. Here's this random monster that I won at an arcade. I'm not sure I'm not sure who this is supposed to be, but I do know that it was from a pretty old Disney a TV show from like back in like the early like 2010s or somewhere around there, or maybe like a little bit earlier than that. But if you but yeah, he's just here. The Wicked Witch from the Wizard of Oz. Here is Impidimp. Might as well get this one out of the way since it's like one of the more relatively bigger ones. Here's a T-Rex plush, or more specifically a puppet. He actually has a little neck flap that actually you can actually put in, and you can make him do stuff like this. And over there you go. Here's this Ludicolo plush from the Detective Pikachu plush line. And he still makes noises. Still makes noises. Yeah. Here is a Gyarados plush. He actually has a bendable rod in him, where you can actually like bend his body, like so. And I'm also planning on getting a Magikarp plush in the future, hopefully, when the chance arrives. So yeah, there's also that. Sayori from Doki Doki Literature I can't speak. Literature Club, there. And also this is a bootleg, but yeah. I personally think she's my personal favorite out of the four, personally. So there's also that. Alright, time to get some FNAF plushies out of the way. Starting with Baby. And obviously she still has this ring that I gave her pretty much a few years ago at this point. Here is Foxy. Pretty much the fan favorite of the franchise, almost. Psychic Friend Fredbear, or Frederick as I call him in my videos. Just a little Fredbear keychain that was made by Sanshi. Here is Helpy. Here is Orville the elephant. And Lefty. Here is Theodore. Senor El Jeep. With his little beaver tail. See. Twisted Bonnie. A blacklight purple Foxy. There we go. Had a little something on him. The Freddy that just wants you for your money, or Glamour, or not Glamour Freddy, Rockstar Freddy. Yep. Here's Ennard. Balloon Boy. Here is Chica. This is actually from the Good Stuff. This is the Good Stuff Chica. The one when she has the plastic eyes. And the reason why I don't have the Funko one is because I turned it into a Wither Chica plush, which is just up there, chilling with the other abominations that I made. Then we have the two Walmart exclusives from the Pizzeria Simulator line, Mr. Hippo and Happy Frog. Here's Stanley. Bootleg plushies of Sun and Moon. And I already know that they already made official ones, but I've never really gotten a chance to get my hands on them yet. But hopefully I will in the near future, at some point. Here is one of the two pumpkins that I have. One of them was Jacko Chica's pumpkin, but I sadly don't have the Dreadbear set anymore because of the move and all that, which is why if you don't see him here, then that's why. And even the Security Breach plushies too, they've also been lost during the move. A Blacklight Blue Freddy, or Blue Bear as I call him. Springtrap. Bonnet. Twisted Freddy. Twisted Foxy. Sammy Lawrence. With a removable mask that actually has a little face behind it, which is a pretty cool feature. And here's also the Dark Revival Bendy. He doesn't really have a squeaker like the other three do, and neither does Sammy, by the way. And I've also heard that we are getting a Bendy movie in the near future, which is also pretty exciting, considering we just got FNAF this year, and yeah, basically at this point anything is possible. A really old Pikachu plush that was given to my brother, or maybe just Chonkachu, if that's what we want to jokingly refer to him as, because of how chonky he is. Here is Pikachu, a much more, or, I mean, I guess like the more modern day Pikachu. Detective Pikachu, who's very pretty much all fluff. Pichu, and I'm also kind of thinking about getting Raichu at some point. So yeah, there's also that. I have this random bear that I actually used a long time ago. If you're a long time viewer, you'll know where this came from, but he's still here. And then there's also this old Froakie that I have. And you can see that he's like still torn up. I'm really planning on getting a brand new one, like a much more better one, because this one's just like really crusty and pretty old and torn. Here is Sobble, my favorite of the three Galar starters. Speaking of starters, here is Fuecoco. I actually got from Christmas of last year, and also being probably one of the best starters out there. At least first stage, like at least as a first stage starter, at least. Because look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Also, this robot squid, I actually kind of forgot because it's been a while since I've used any of these. Used a couple of these guys, but they're still here. Luigi. Some evil looking caterpillars. Ink Demon Bendy. Some stuff on him. Diddy Kong! And I don't have Donkey Kong because he's also one of the plushies that I've lost during the move, which is unfortunate. A Jolly Green Giant hand puppet. Yeah, it's definitely one of the more obscure plushies that I have. And I pretty much got this at a sort of thrift store. And yeah, definitely one of the more obscure plushies that I have here. Here is Noko. I still have some of the yokai plushies. And Noko's cute. He's a cute little snake. One of my favorite starters of all time, Greninja. Spooky from Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion. This is a little keychain plushie. And it's actually made by Sanchi. I mean, I've actually never really seen this plush specifically, but like at some point on YouTube, I looked around and I saw a user named Crazy Funtime Taz, and they were the only people, that I saw that actually owned this plush, and I thought I would have one of my own, so here she is. Another obscure plush that I have is Red from Angry Birds. He's here. Cuppet, or Puphead, whichever you prefer. A Liquor from Resident Evil. I really like the plush because of its long tongue, as you can see here. Oh, there we go. And also, just look at how caked up he is. Metal Mario. It's a much more newer Metal Mario from the All-Stars collection. Wiggling. Sorry, Doc. Badinyan. Shogunyan. Freddy Fazbear. A Blacklight Alice Angel, which I used as Alice's sister in one video, which I'm pretty sure some are familiar with. Lemmy. I'm still gonna get the other Koopalings in the future at some point, so just bear with me. Twisted Wolf, who's pretty fluffy, pretty furry. And then Twisted Chica, kind of the ugliest out of the bunch, if I'm not gonna lie. Pretty ugly. Here is a random green puffle that I found. And also, I won this at an arcade from a claw machine. I mean, it looks like a puffle, so yeah. Here's this crappy purple guy that I just made like a few years ago. Yeah, I know it looks dumb. Yeah. VR Toy Freddy. Ballora. This thing called I believe it's called a Fuggler, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, here's this guy. This was actually mailed by a family member of mine. I mean, Mangle. Toy Foxy. Eradicate. Some spiky hair. And also my 5 Rattatas. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yep, 5. Here is this big old SpongeBob plush. He is a pretty big plush, if I do say so myself. He still has his tag too. Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? Carl, who was pretty vicious in the FNAF movie. And speaking of which, I've actually heard that they're making a FNAF movie. And like making a plush of the FNAF movie version of Carl, which I thought was pretty cool. Since that's pretty much the first time we're actually getting FNAF movie merch. So there's that. Piggy. Kuroki. Jibanyan. A Mecha Koopa. Here's this little tiny Sonic that I have. Followed by this other Sonic that I have, which I got from GameStop a little while back. A Fire Mario plush. System Error Toy Bonnie. Nozzle. Okay, I mean, I don't remember what his name is. I think it might be Greaves, if I remember correctly. But it's from not Hello Puppets, but I forgot the game. It's been a while since people talked about it. Showdown Bandit, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it's pretty unfortunate that the game was canceled way too soon, like literally just the first ever level of it. But yeah, this little alien cat, which I thought looked cute enough to get for myself. And I think this is like one of these little McDonald's toys that they had back in the late years. But yeah, he's right there. This very big and very bizarre feeling sloth. His hair is like very, very scrunkly and almost kind of uncomfortable to touch in a way, but that could just be me. Showdown Bandit himself. And just for the heck of it, I'm just gonna go ahead and show off Miss Undertaker as well. Again, I don't know why they made her so green. A tiny little elephant plush. An otter keychain that I got from the local zoo from a gift shop. Meowth? Here's the second otter plush that I got. Similar to the other one. Another one of these little Monsters Caterpillars that I made. Kind of goofy, if you look at it that way. A Liberty Chica, which is a Walmart exclusive. Freddy Frostbear. Probably one of the best plush that Funko's made. Again, a Walmart exclusive. I really like, I especially like the bow tie. It's really nice. Might as well show these off too. Here is a duplicate Freddy Frostbear that I got. And also a Liberty Chica. Both of these I got from Christmas of last year. And both of them still have their tags. And are even kept in pretty good condition. Like, actually kept in pretty good condition compared to the other ones. At least to their other versions. Squirtle. This big Pikachu that actually has buttons in his paws, but I haven't turned off for now. But when you press him, he makes like different sounds, and also like his cheeks light up and all that. Yeah, Princess Peach. And Daisy. And also, there are some like bits of age. Like you can see like some of their crowns are chipped. Like some of their crowns are chipped and also showing a bit of age, but for the rest of their like bodies, they seem pretty fine for the most part. I mean, Rosalina's crown is a whole different story. Like it's like completely chipped and also like aged pretty poorly, because this was pretty much the first one I've gotten. So yeah. A Surfetched. Definitely a needed evolution for Farfetch'd, in my opinion. And speaking of which, here is a Galarian Farfetch'd, which also comes with this huge leak, which you can use to whack the camera. But yeah, that. And also giving you this nasty side eye. Funtime Foxy. Mr. Video Games himself, aka Mario. Slimer from Ghostbusters. High Score Toy Chica. Big Patch. Security Puppet. Live Wire Toy Freddy. Basically what VR Toy Freddy looks like without his headset. His VR headset. I mean, I especially like the things around his eyes, which I thought were a pretty nice little touch. And this is also another Walmart exclusive. Rockstar Foxy with his little parrot Pickles. Akumba. A paratrooper with a little string that makes it look like he's flying. Like so. A green Koopa Troopa. A Babam. Toy Bonnie. A Hot Topic exclusive. Here are the babies. Baby Rosalina and Baby Daisy. Both are pretty cute. A really old Angry Bird that I have. He has a button in his forehead, but it doesn't work anymore. Magby. Raven from Teen Titans Go. A Pokeball plush. Phantom Foxy. Pretty much being the first ever exclusive plush that I've ever gotten. And this being a Target exclusive. A bootleg Vanny keychain that I got at the state fair. Zuaddle. Mr. Scarecrow, also from the Wizard of Oz. A little ninja boy. Another little ninja boy. Spring Bonnie. Honestly, one of the more obscure characters if you think about it, because he never really made any sort of appearance in the mainline games, but has made a couple of appearances like in FNAF World, the FNAF 4 minigames and such, but still, I mean, it still kind of feels a bit bizarre to actually make this character into a plush. But, I mean, still nice. I mean, again, still kind of bizarre to me. Here is Hoopa. Here's a creeper. Bulbasaur. Charmander. A Candy Cadet. Funtime Freddy. A Bullet Bill. A little Ronald McDonald hand puppet thingy-bob. Yep. A random zombie plush. An Obstagoon plush that I have. And as you can see, his arms are bendable, as well as his legs. So yeah. Whisper. Munchlax. I don't have the other one because, again, lost it in the move. Lost it while moving, so yeah. Then there's Snorlax, who's just all the way back over here. As well as this, I believe he's from Overwatch, if I'm not mistaken, but correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, there's Snorlax, being probably the biggest plush that I own. And speaking of which, here is the Jumbo Toy Foxy, which is pretty much now the second biggest plush that I own, being a bit smaller than the Snorlax. But yeah, it's right here, just right there. Lolbit, a green Blacklight Foxy, or Snoxy as I like to call him in my videos. I feel like it might be time to get through some of the newer plushies that I got, starting with this Crocodile from the Sitting Cuties line for Pokemon. I really like Crocodile. It's definitely one of my favorite Pokemon from Gen 5. And here he is. I've also got a couple of new plushies of FNAF. Specifically, this Circus Bonnie. It was actually pretty soft because I haven't really used him much yet, but I'll use him at some point in the future. And also, one of the more recent plushies Funko's made, this is mainly from the Christmas lineup, is this Snowman Chica, which I think is pretty cute. The little big old button eyes, the little top hat, and also the fingers and scarf. And she still has her tag, surprisingly enough. But yeah. And also being very, very fluffy, which is nice. And also got Tails, because, I mean, I've already got Sonic, so why not get Tails? And also this little tiny Shadow plush, basically from the same line as that small Sonic. Theo, a Swabloon. We got Pinky, Blinky, Inky, and Clyde. Being pretty round as he is. Wasp Man. This tiny little beanbag fish. Bonnie. And I honestly don't know who this is. I feel like it may be from an anime of sorts, but if anybody knows, please make sure to let me know in the comments below. And then you have V from Murder Drones. It's definitely one of the it's definitely one of the greatest excuse me. But what I was trying to say, that one of the best indie animations made by Glitch, and if you haven't seen it yet, I recommend that you go watch it. And I'm also pretty excited for the last two episodes of Season 1. And I do hope that there is going to be a Season 2, because I just don't want it to end this soon. Here she is. Here are her wings, her tail, and her little smile. This chain shop that I gave a plastic chain to, because the other one that was connected to it was lost. So, here he is. And also pretty torn. So yeah. Honey Bottom from Cuphead. The fourth weird looking caterpillar that I have. Poliwhirl. Calamaria. Her tail. This tiny little penguin. Which I may make into like the penguin from Finance of Candies. Which is why I have this. Here's the other jack-o'-lantern plush that I have. The little pumpkin that I have. Nearing the end, we have Hydreigon, Zawilus, and also this evil Mario that I just pretty much made a Mario.exe out of. But yeah, he's also here. Dino, or Dino, which however you pronounce it. Porygon Z, which I really wanted it for a pretty long time, but it was basically pretty much expensive on eBay. But then this thing Cuties line came along, and here he is. Here are a couple of other plushies. These are just little like keychains. These are from the Masked Singer. These are like just little hangers from McDonald's. 2 worms from Stretchio. And then 2 of these little octopi plushies, these little onion dudes. And then there's this little Freddy Fazbear keychain from the Plush Mystery Mini set. And I don't have Toy Bonnie. I don't have the Toy Bonnie one. I don't know where it is. And then finally, Tangrowth. I just really like Tangrowth. I think it's a pretty cool evolution to Tangela. here he is, with his vines and arms and pretty chonky. Oh, and how could I forget the exotic butters? There you go. And with that, that is every single plushie that I own as of 2023. Now, where have I gotten these? Mainly specifically from like certain sites like eBay, Amazon, or stores from like GameStop or Walmart or other sorts. And some from like just websites like the Pokemon Center website, like how I got Crocodile and Obstagoon and a few others. And eBay is mainly how I got the Pac-Man Ghost specifically. And yeah. Now if you enjoy this, please give this video a like and also subscribe if you're new or just if you're just a long-time viewer and you just haven't been subscribed, it's probably the best that you do. Hope you all enjoy this video, and I will see you in the next year. And I hope everyone has a very happy new year, and I'll see you all then. Bye.